Guys, today we're going to talk about state income tax. So if you'll remember last week we talked about federal income tax, but there's also a state income tax. Um, that's not true for Florida. Florida actually doesn't have one, but many other states do. And the state requires you to pay a certain percent of your taxable wages. So your taxable wages will depend on your exemptions or your withholding allowances like we talked about last class. And these typically have to do with whether you are married, if you have any dependents. Those are different deductions or exemptions that we'll be taken from. So if we talk about example 1, we have Tony's gross pay as a landscape designer is $44,750 a year. The state income tax rate is 3% of his taxable wages. He takes an exemption for himself and one exemption for his child. Okay, so this is the table we'll be using. For himself, he is single, and for one child or one dependent. How much does Tony's employer withhold yearly from his gross earnings for state income tax? Okay, so let's go ahead and start figuring this out. First, we need to find out what his taxable wages are. Okay, so we start with how much he makes per year, or his gross pay. So it's $44,750. And then we want to subtract those exemptions. So he's single, so that's $2,000, and he has one dependent, so that's another $2,000. So $2,000 plus $2,000, we're going to subtract $4,000 for his exemptions. So $44,750 minus $4,000, and you get $40,750. Okay, so that is his taxable income that we're going to be looking at, or his taxable wages. So now we're going to go ahead and figure this out. His taxable wages are $40,750 times his rate. Okay, his state taxes at a rate of 3%. So we're going to multiply by 0.03. So go ahead and do $40,750 times 0.03. And you will find that his state taxes him $1,222.50. Okay, so that is the annual tax that is withheld. Okay, so moving on to concept check number 1. The gross pay is $23,760. This person is married with 3 dependents and has a state income tax rate of 4%. So we're going to start with that gross pay, $23,760, and we want to subtract all those exemptions. So if we go back up, married is $4,000. 3 dependents are $2,000 each. So 3 times 2,000, 6,000, plus the 4,000 for being married, they have $10,000 in exemptions. Or subtract 10,000. And you will get $13,760. So those are the taxable wages. So now we're going to take that number, the $13,760, and multiply by the tax rate, or in our case, 0.04. When you multiply these two, you'll find that the state tax is $550.40. Okay, I want you to go ahead and do number 2. Submit this on your paper when you do the other assignment, which you'll see toward the end. All right, so example 2. This is an algebra problem, so remember we're going to have some equation to solve. All right, so we have Andrea as a dispatcher for a local trucking company. She earns $52,600 per year. She's married and pays $2,430 in state income tax per year. She claims no other dependents. What is the state income tax rate for her state? Okay, so it tells us what to assign the variable as, R, for that state tax rate. And we want to use this formula. So her state income tax, we already know what that is. That's the $2,430 equals her taxable wages. Okay, so her taxable wages are the 52,600 minus her exemptions. So she is married and has no other dependents. So remember, married is 4,000. And then we're going to multiply by the tax rate. We don't know what the tax rate is, but it told us to use R. All right, so order of operations tells us we need to subtract first. So 52,600 minus 4,000, you will get 48,600 R. And then you need to divide by 48,600 on both sides. So 2,430 divided by 48,600. And you will get R equals 0.05. So the issue with this is not a percent yet, and it asks for the percent or the rate. So we need to convert this. So you can either move your decimal point to the right twice, so 1, 2, and get 5%, or you could take this number and multiply by 100 because 100% is the whole. Okay, so what is the state income tax rate for her state? The state income tax rate is 5%. All right, so like I said, I want you to complete this concept check number 2. And I also want you to, on a separate sheet of paper, complete 5 through 14. So you are doing all of these. This is the exemption list, the same one from above. You can print this out if you have that capability and write directly on here, or a separate sheet of paper, make your table, and then take a picture and attach it to the assignment. Either way will work. Just make sure you do attach it with your work. If you're not showing your work and just giving me answers, I will not give you credit. Have a great day, guys.